Hello and welcome to the beautiful Montenegro. Join me on my latest trip to a completely new destination for me. I've never been here before. I'm still exploring and trying to work out what's what. Let's have a look around, see what there is to see. We are in Budva. It's kind of a pretty touristy area here in Montenegro. And it's bloody boiling. So let's go and check it out. So one of the things you're going to notice when you come to Montenegro is obviously all the mountains here behind you. Very beautiful. To get to anywhere, you have to cross a mountain, basically. That's what I've discovered since I've been here. Literally, to get to any town, it's up mountain, back down mountain again. And it takes a while to get from anywhere, one point to another, just purely because getting around is quite difficult here. Not because there's no transport, just because the terrain. You can see lovely beaches everywhere. The population tends to be around the coastline anyway. I believe that Montenegro actually has around 252 beaches, something like that. So why did I choose Budva out of all the other areas? I actually flew into the capital and then it was like an hour journey by taxi. A local friend of mine here who actually told me to come over told me about this cool app called Tesla Car or Tesla Taxi, something like that. And basically they use Teslas as taxis for this particular. It's like Uber. There's no Uber out here, by the way. So you have to find local means of transport. I really like it though. One of the other things you can do when you're here is get these taxi boats here, which can take you to different parts, different beaches. You can also do lots of fishing expeditions and stuff. Lots of these boats for hire, very, very reasonable price, most of them. I'm not massively into fishing personally, so I'm not going to be doing it, but I'll probably get a boat taxi at some point because some of the beaches you can't get to them by road, and it's actually quicker and easier to get on one of these boats and go to it that way. Now, if you're wondering what language do you need to speak to get things done out here, well, I'll be honest with you, I haven't really been able to put like my finger on the spoken language here. It's a mixture of Serbian, Croatian, and Montenegrin, which is apparently they're all quite similar, but slightly different dialects. I can't tell the difference, obviously, I don't really speak it. However, in these tourist areas like in Budva, you'll find that Russian and English are pretty well spoken, generally speaking. I'm yet to come across a restaurant where the staff or the hotels, they don't speak English, basically. Not to a super high standard, but enough so that you can, get what you want doing done, basically. You can see still, those are these boats. See here it says taxi boats. You can get these and you can go to the different areas. Huge marina, massive yachts. We'll have a look at some of these yachts now. So it's 2021 still. It's June. COVID is still out there. What's it like here? Well, Montenegro is actually one of the places that seems to have got away quite lightly in the pandemic. You got to bear in mind that the country is actually, the population is very small. It has around 600,000 people that live here in total. That's the locals. And the overall, since the beginning of the pandemic, was 100,000 cases, I think, here with about 1,000 deaths, which is still sad, but in the grand scale of things, it's all right. See, the boats are endless, literally. Most of these, like I said, all for hire. We're now going to come up to the old town. I'm going to have a bit of a look inside, and it's really pretty actually. I was there last night and I quite liked it in the old town. So let's have a look at some of these big yachts. I just noticed something when I was walking through the port, the marina. I didn't notice this before, but there's actually this red submarine here. So you can actually go and do submarine expeditions where you can go and check out the fish and look at what there is to see underwater. If you don't know where Montenegro is, it's kind of above Greece. It's north of Greece, and it sits on the Adriatic Sea across from Italy. So, which is actually part of the Mediterranean Sea. So you're probably going to find more Mediterranean style warm weather fish here. Hence the fishing is so popular. Hence there's so many boats taking out on various expeditions to go fishing and stuff. And you can see here all the mega wealthy people come here for their holidays on their yachts. Some really, really nice yachts here. It's quite funny because personally I never really had this as a location to travel to, or to visit, or to explore. But am I glad I came? Really. Just look at that view there behind me. Look at the mountains. So if you know anything about history, then you will know that Montenegro was once part of a much larger country called Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia at one point was one of the richest countries in the world. It was a communist country. And let's walk around this side. And after the collapse of the USSR, it all just went a bit pear-shaped in this region known as the Balkans, made up of 7 different countries, which are, off the top of my head now, it's Montenegro, Serbia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Kosovo, Slovenia, Croatia, and North Macedonia. There we go. I'm impressed I actually did that in one take. So, after the collapse of the USSR, things just went completely pear-shaped in that region of the former Yugoslavia. Everyone just started fighting everyone. As always, humans never disappoint. So when you're here in Budva, there's no one single long beach where it's, like, I don't know if you go to Spain or whatever, it's usually just one long beach somewhere, and that's where everyone goes. As I said, there's about 252 beaches here, and you kind of have to look for them. They're not all so obvious, like this one here. It's kind of a bit of a hidden beach, but you can see it is a spectacular view. Big islands there, you got boats, you got people paragliding. Then if you can see, there's a big parachute there in the sky. It's being towed. I don't know what it's called. Is it paragliding? When you get pulled by a boat? I don't know. Really, really beautiful. So when you're here, don't be afraid to explore. And they're not that well marked, if I'm honest with you, the beaches. You have to kind of get into various areas and try and work out where they are. That's why sometimes it's worth hiring the boat to take you around to the various beaches, because obviously the skipper will know where most of them are. You can actually self-drive as well if you have a powerboat license. There you go. What you can just see over there in the distance is the wall of the old town of Budva, which is where we're going to go in a minute. Have a look. Some Roman stuff in there actually. The Romans were here at one point. Let's go explore it. Okay, so we're just leaving the kind of port area, or the harbour. And we're going to head into the old town now and have a look around there. Some of the shops, what there is to buy. And some of the history maybe, even though I haven't read up on it too much, if I'm honest with you. But there's so many nice, cool little bars and little souvenir shops you can come and buy stuff from. If you're wondering what the currency is here, In Montenegro you actually use the euro. Even though it's not actually part of the EU, the euro is the currency here, the official currency. Obviously it's quite hot in Montenegro and you might fancy an ice cream. I recommend this place, Mort's. Very nice ice cream here. I had one yesterday actually, it was really cool. And also because it's been the Euros, I've been watching the games, which has been pretty cool actually. So I'm going to show you, as an Irishman, I know that sounded like I am, I have to have a Guinness. And there's only one place I found that does Guinness over here in Budva in Montenegro, which is a pub that advertises itself as an English pub called The Prince. And there's a lovely dog there called Bruno, who I've become friends with. So this is a pub I've been coming to for the last couple of days. There's actually a TV that we're putting here. I'll be sitting here, having my Guinness and watching the football. Really cool place. There you go. It's The Prince. Come check it out if you're here. Really, really cool. I love this old town. Like, it's so. It's very good for Instagram. If you're into your photos for Instagram, this is the place. Come and take some photos. Look how beautiful it is. But obviously, the old town serves another purpose because it was a fort at one point. You know, this was the city. This is where the people used to come and hide out from invading armies. Hence the big walls all around it. But really, really beautiful. Lots of little shops everywhere. There's also, I've noticed that there's like lots of pizza slice shops. I don't know why people seem to like pizza here, and they're actually very good. And I've tried a few pizza places. Most sort of churches around here. The religion in Montenegro, obviously the Christians, but they are Orthodox, I believe. And I believe that because I've seen the way the priests dress here, and it's similar to the Orthodox Christians. I don't believe they're Catholic. This is a pretty cool place as well, Skylight. I had dinner here a few days ago with my friend. They have like these nice swing chairs that you can sit on and enjoy your food. So when you get to the Citadel in the center, you can do various tours. You can come here, you pay a couple of euros, and you can have a tour of the city walls, the old city walls obviously. And honestly, I think it's worth it. I'm not going to do it today. I don't have time. I have somewhere to be later. Look at those views. It's amazing, isn't it? Honestly, I've only been here for about 3 days now, and I've absolutely loved it. The weather's so warm. People are so nice. Booze is so cheap. If you stick to the local beers here, which are very nice actually, it's about €2 a drink. 2 to 3 euros, depending on which place you're in exactly. I went to a local nightclub. Zero, obviously, COVID restrictions. Pretty packed actually, and it was 4 of us. And I tell you this, for about 4 hours the drinks didn't stop coming. And to my amazement, the bill was €115 at the end of the night, and that was table service as well. So if you like your partying, then worth coming here for the clubs. Music's not too bad either. Music was pretty good actually. Also, when you're here in the old town, another thing you'll notice is these blue chairs here behind me. If you're wondering what this is, well, I've been told by someone local here that on the evenings they do various shows here. You can come, buy tickets, you sit down in the little stand there, and it's kind of like a little show of some sort. I'm not sure what it is, if it's singing or acting or something. But with these surroundings, even if you don't understand the word, it's just worth coming to chill out here. Absolutely, I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. And the sea is so blue as well. So there you go, guys. The Budva Citadel. Come and check it out for yourselves. It only costs a couple of euros to get in there. And go in there and fully explore. Like I said, I don't have time today, unfortunately. I'm on a bit of a tight schedule here, actually. But let's keep walking around the old town. Then I'll show you some other cool places around here that you can hang out in. So like I was saying to you, the beaches aren't always necessarily well advertised, so this is a perfect example of this. So you're in the old town, you're walking around, trying to work out where to go, and then all of a sudden you just see a random tiny little opening like that over there. What's through there? That's a huge beach. Let's have a look at it quickly. Alright, obviously I don't want to film people too much, but see what I mean? You just literally come through the wall and you're on this huge beach with bars and stuff, but it's completely not obvious sometimes where these places are. So bear that in mind. Use Google Maps to try and work out where the beaches are, because they're not so obvious always. And it's a lovely beach. Around here, the beaches aren't really sand, they're more, I don't know, like very tiny little gravel, similar to like in Greece. If you want a good slice of pizza, guys, in the old town, pizzeria, very, very nice. I read somewhere that people in Montenegro are the tallest people in Europe, and I'm 6'2", and honestly, I feel quite average here. Not everyone is, obviously, but there is a lot more than usual, I would say. Definitely. Other things you can buy here is, like olive oil and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's locally produced or not. So there you go, I'm out of the old town, back into the new. Again, still quite busy. It's a Monday morning, Monday afternoon now, we're at 12 o'clock. You can see there's people out here enjoying themselves, enjoying the sunshine. It's bloody boiling, that's for sure, I can tell you that, it's boiling. My head is so sunburnt. This is why, as usual, I'm wearing my hat, because when I don't wear my hat in hot countries, I suffer for it. Some more beach here. There are parts of the beaches, guys, where you can get, the sun lounges and all that. Prices won't be too much, it'll be a couple of euros for a bed. It's not, the silly prices you get in some parts of Greece, say it's 25 euros a bed or whatever it is. This is another quite popular hotel, Hotel Avala, and it has a casino in it as well. There's a few casinos out here. As you guys know, I work in the casino business, so I'm always exploring them. I was here last night watching the Euros, Portugal and Belgium. Oh dear. I really wanted Portugal to win, if I'm honest with you, but I kind of felt for old Ronaldo. So let's talk money. How much does it actually cost to come here? Is it an expensive holiday? Is it a cheap holiday? What is it exactly? Well, it's not cheap and it's not expensive. However, that does depend on the time of year you come here and where you stay exactly. I've discovered that hotel prices here vary dramatically depending on when it is, and it's not more expensive by 50 to 100 euros. It's more expensive by 400 euros sometimes per night. So bear that in mind when you're planning your trip to Montenegro, especially in tourist hotspots like Budva. If you're going to come here June or July, maybe even August, get that holiday booked way in advance, because I know from a local friend that there's literally not one room available around here. He has other guests coming, and he said he's having to try and put them in another town for even more money, So if you are going to come here, plan ahead. Which I know is very hard at the moment with the uncertainties of COVID. I was actually not planning on coming here at all. It was a very last minute thing for me. I was actually going to Greece, and my friend said, no, just come here, it's the same. You already got all your tests booked for your amber lists and your quarantine and all that. So he was like, just come over here and chill out, you'll love it. Same. And it is, but I kind of like it even more, if I'm honest with you. This place here, you see all this blue, these are all seating. I was here last night watching the game on that big screen over there. They put like a cinema screen thing. Really, really good vibes. I was down here on Saturday as well. They have DJ and loud music out in the open. Absolutely loved it. And again, very reasonably priced. I think my bill yesterday was like 13 euros for about 6 pints or something, which is crazy. Obviously I didn't bring the 6 pints of my own, but with my friends. So at the moment the flights are a bit messed up to come here. So coming from the UK, I had to do a transit. I had to go on Austrian Airlines. I had to fly to Vienna. It was a 35-minute change, and then I was on another flight to here to the capital, which I don't even want to try to pronounce because I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's like Podgora or something like that, which sounds ridiculous. I don't know how to say it, but I haven't actually asked anyone exactly how it's said. But it was a terrible flight. Not the flight itself, Heathrow. Again, you know, we watch the news in England and they're saying, oh, we want tourism to increase, we want this. But there is no facilities at Heathrow at the moment to process the volume. I got to my flight before, this is my first flight in London, 10 minutes before takeoff, and we were delayed 20 minutes. So 10 minutes before the official takeoff time, and we were delayed by 20 minutes because there was thousands of people there, literally. So there's 4 flights taken off at the same time with about 2 people checking us in. And I'll show you the clip now of when I was in Heathrow and what it was like. And the pilot himself came on a tannoy and he said, "I'm very sorry for the delay." I swear to you, these are his exact words. He was like, "This delay is due to the unsatisfactory service by the Heathrow ground crew at check-in." So when a pilot comes on and says the service is unsatisfactory, it makes you think something's not right. So if you are planning to fly anytime soon, plan ahead. Like I got to the airport 2.5 hours early before my flight, and I stood in that queue for 2 hours 20 almost. Okay, maybe 2 hours 10, because it was 10 minutes through security and I got to my flight 10 minutes before. So bear that in mind, especially at Heathrow. I don't know, it was just terrible. It really was terrible. It's the worst one I've had so far. And you guys know I travel all the time, so. And you know, when you have a connecting flight, luckily Austrian Airlines is very efficient. You know, they communicate, so they knew that there was a lot of people connecting on that flight from Heathrow. So they held back the other flights. So you see the knock-on effect that Heathrow's having on other places. And literally, I jumped off the aeroplane, and the pilot actually announced where the gates were for all the connecting flights. So I knew I had to run to like this gate number 9, wherever it was, as soon as I got off. And they were like, only passengers with connecting flights can get off now. They let us off first so we can sprint off, and then the rest of the flight came off. So we spoke about food a little while ago and about the prices being quite reasonable here. This here's a perfect example. Really, really nice. It's the place I ate in the first day I arrived here. If you like seafood, you're going to love it here because there's a lot of seafood. But you can look at the prices. Like I said to you guys, a beer is about €2, €2.50, €3, depending on where you are. Massive thing of mussels was like €9, like a bucket of them. Prawns. Again, cheap. I had a mixed seafood platter, which had a bit of everything, and I think that was about, I don't know, €16 or something. It was lovely, and I had a salad with it. If you speak Russian, you'll probably get along fine here. Everyone seems to be able to speak Russian or understand it anyway, the locals. But like I said, English you'll get on fine as well. I've had to use my pidgin Russian a few times, so just ask for certain things when they didn't understand what I was saying in English. And luckily I happened to just know the word for the thing in Russian. So, not too bad. Let's talk about partying. Some of you might want to come here to have a party and to go clubbing and to explore that side of things as well. That's also available. One of the things though you will find here that there's kind of two real types of tourists that come here, right? There's other Balkan country tourists, so from Croatia, from Serbia, from Albania, all the local countries come here, some Russians as well. And then a lot of the Westerners that come here, Germany, UK, etc., tend to be much wealthier people, I've noticed personally. You don't see the typical kind of Brit tourists here at all. I haven't seen anyone. In fact, I'm yet to hear another Brit here, except for me and my friend who's actually Scottish. I haven't seen any. So the way the clubbing scene here is set up is designed around that, right? So you have like kind of normal clubs, your kind of standard nightclubs, and then you have these other clubs that are for quite wealthy people, and obviously they're a bit more exclusive. People want to get in there. So what happens is they tend to put minimum spends caps on the clubs. So I get very distracted whenever I see like fast boats going. I don't know why. I'm having an obsession with boats. So there's another place I'm going to go to, which is in the next town, Tivet, or Porto, Montenegro, as it's also the next area. Super wealthy. You can tell straight away that it's a wealthy area because you've got the Dior shops there, you've got all the big brands, huge mega yachts there. There's a really cool kind of beach club which I'm going to try and get myself booked into. Now as soon as you call them, they don't mess around. They're like, yeah, okay, you want a table, you need to spend minimum today €200, for example. Obviously you're going to eat and drink for that, but also don't forget that their prices are inflated because they're a bit more of an exclusive club. Okay, so they'll be like, yeah, €200. You might find that they bring out like a sushi platter for 100 and like a bottle of wine for another 100 or something like that. So just bear that in mind if you're going to book into one of the more kind of exclusive places, party places, that there is a price that you have to pay for it. If you like water sports, lots of stuff to do here. You can rent a jet ski, you can do parasailing, you can do that thing, you know, where you sit on a ring and they get thrown into the water or dragged behind the boat. Not for me. I'm worried I'll break my arm or something. But jet ski maybe. I don't mind a bit of jet skiing actually. I quite like it. And again, lots of other places to sort of sit down and have a look at. On the beach, you have different. Hello, say hello to YouTube. She was lovely. Like I said, you see the locals are quite friendly and they're all quite chatty. You know, before I came here, I read up that hello. I read up that there's a bit of a problem here with organised crime, but honestly, there's police everywhere. I feel quite safe. Just don't do anything stupid, you know. That's it. Like everywhere, like wherever you go, just be respectful to the local people and don't do stupid stuff and don't annoy people. You know, enjoy yourself, and that's it. I have to admit, the thing I've liked about here the most is the normality. After a year and a half of lockdowns and all the rubbish that we've had to go through for the last year and a half of COVID, it's just so refreshing to come to a country where everything is just normal, you know. Most of the staff in a lot of places, they do wear the masks, but I promise most of them wear it around their chin, if I'm honest with you. It's just kind of like they have to put it on, but they don't really want to, and it is 37, 38 degrees here. It's absolutely boiling. I hate wearing a mask when I'm in the UK when it's not so hot, so imagine wearing it here in this temperature. It's even worse. And in terms of enforcement, well, there's zero. There's zero enforcement. No one yet has asked me to put a mask on, except for in the pharmacy. I went to get some sun cream, and the lady was like, "Please go put your mask, come back on." That was it. Literally, the pharmacy was the only place. Another question you might have: is it kids friendly to come here? Absolutely it is. See, lots of like play area type things, and so many water sports and stuff. So yeah, I would say you can bring your children. I've seen a lot of children around with their families here from other Balkan countries. So yeah, it is suitable for children or a family holiday. Something I just spotted, which might be of interest to everyone, is toilets. If you're on the beach here and it's far away from your hotel, then there are public toilets you can use. So just remember, you need some change. You need about 50 cents euros to use them. So just remember that, and don't get caught short. One of the things I couldn't help but notice when I was here is the amount of cranes around Budva. There's a lot of development going on. Like I said, the reason the hotel prices go up so much in season is because there's so few of them. I know you can rent kind of apartments out here, Airbnb and all that kind of stuff. But again, it won't be cheap in the season. So you can see here, lots of development going on, more hotels being built, more luxury apartments being built. I actually asked about what are the prices of the apartments out here, and it's not cheap. It's, you know, anywhere, especially if it's here like on the seafront, anywhere from 200,000 euros to sky's the limit, depending on the building, the size, the location. They tend to sell by the square meter here. So when you ask about the price of a flat, the guys will be like, it's, I don't know, 2,000 per square meter or whatever, and that's it. They don't really give you like an actual price, and that price of the square meter kind of goes up and down depending on, you know, demand and availability. I'm selling Hotel Budva, lovely 5-star hotel. I think it's one of the few 5-star hotels in Budva actually, maybe the only one. I think the other ones were all 4. I was very lucky to get a room there at this time of the year. And it's absolutely lovely. Really cool pool. I'll try and film it for you if there's not too many people. You know me. I try my best for privacy and all that kind of stuff for other people. I don't want to film a man and his mistress or something, but one of the things I did just notice though, which I hadn't really noticed before because I hadn't really ventured to the other side of town until just now when I was filming this, is the sides over there where we kind of started, where the old town is, tends to be a little bit more upmarket than further down the beach. I noticed the further away you get from the old town, the cheaper things seem to be, the more Russians there is. And that's why the prices here are quite reasonable, because it's set to the audience of the main source of tourism that come here, which, like I said, isn't the Brits, isn't really West Europe, it's more East Europe. But it's bloody lovely, and you should take advantage of it before too many Western Europe people start coming here and ruining it for everyone by inflating the prices. You know, we'll go from €2 a beer to 5 or to 10, whatever the hell we pay in London. Ridiculous. And here's my hotel. It's quite a small, like, boutique hotel, but really, really lovely. And I'm absolutely boiling. So, I hope you enjoyed the little walk around Budva. I'm going to take you soon to Tivet, which is the next town, Porto, Montenegro, which is the super exclusive, super wealthy area, and we'll have a look at some of the yachts there and what there is to do over there as well. So, until next time, see you soon.